So yeah, I saw Coming to America released on Amazon Prime last week, I think, or something like that. And I'd seen the original, and I wasn't a massive fan of it. But I thought it was, funny enough. I thought it was fine. So I was a bit apprehensive going into this one, but overall, it was a bit messy. Put it that way. I don't think it was brilliant. It was funny enough, and it hit comedic timings. Like it was fun. It made me laugh a couple of times, but overall, it just didn't have much by the way of character that interested me. I wasn't a massive fan of Eddie Murphy's character in it, because they wanted to have a different character be the main spotlight, but still wanted Eddie Murphy to be the main character. So
Okay.
it didn't work. It didn't gel together. So yeah, those are my
How is Arsenio Hall?
pardon.
How is Arsenio Hall?
Uh, yeah. Again, none of the performances were excellent. They
Yeah.
were just sort of good to fine. And I think Eddie Murphy was on the fine. Arsenio Hall was probably more on the good, but yeah.
Okay. Atticus, you want to go next
Yeah, sure.
for Raya and the Last Dragon?
Um, my overall thoughts, I thought it was a pretty well done movie. It had a good story. It made me sad and happy at the same time. It had some laugh out loud moments, but like the I could tell. I mean, obviously it was directed towards a younger audience, but it still made me laugh out loud. Um, it it had like great messages of just like even though there's people around you that like uh, are sometimes considered your enemies, you can still become friends or allies in the end and work together to fight a greater evil. Um, and I think Aquafina and Rose from the Star Wars.
Oh,
Uh,
Kelly Marie Tran.
yes, yes. I think they did a really good job. They were both very funny together. I liked them a lot.
Okay.
So yeah.
How does it compare to like? Because the last Disney animation film we got was Frozen 2. So how does it compare to recent Disney animation?
Um, it. I think it's getting way better. Like the animation sense, it's getting
Yeah.
way better.
Okay.
I could definitely tell in like the facial expressions and like the way that the characters moved that it was just next level.
Okay. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Thomas, I forgot to ask you. How does do you like the original better or Coming to America?
I mean, as I said, I'm not a massive fan of both, but I probably prefer the original. I'd say, yeah, it had more focus. Put it that way.
Okay. Okay. Do you know if it's the same director or different?
I'm not sure. Let me look that up real quick.
Okay. Atticus, what would you give Ryan the Last Dragon out of 10?
I would give it a solid 7.5.
7.5. Thomas,
Yeah.
how are you feeling on Coming to America out of 10?
First of all, it was the same director who did both Craig Brewer,
What was the name of the
and
director, sir?
Craig Brewer.
Craig Brewer. Okay.
Yeah, and I'd probably give it a 5.5 out of 10, something like that.
Okay. Completely fair. So I over the week watched Minari. So Minari, it's directed by Lee Isaac Chung. It stars Stephen Yun, Yun Jung, and Alan Kim were like the standout performances. All of whom should get nominated. Stephen Yun and Yun Jung are definitely probable, but no. So it follows this family who moves from Korea to Arkansas in pursuit of the American dream, and the father, the patriarch, if you will, of the family, wants to start a farm. But and it just kind of follows like it doesn't go the best for him. It's also surprisingly a lot funnier than I thought it would be. The grandma played by Yoon Jun is like hilarious. Like I want her to be like added. Like I want her a grandma that's played by Yoon Jun. he's so good. But no, like that the entire family, like Lee Isaac Chung's screenplay, like it makes you fall in love with the family like almost immediately. Even through like all the troubles and strife that comes up in between them, you really just fall in love with the family. And like care about the family, which is really, really impressive to do. Also, the cinematography in it was incredible. It will probably still lose to Nomadland because that has cinematography locked up. But there are some really, really amazing shots in this that like were really like, picture portrait, like I wanted to frame them. But overall, like the score is really good. Like there's so much about this movie that's good. And so many great, and there's a lot of symbolic directing, like towards the towards the end. Like there's so much symbolism and analogies created within events that happen that reflect the family state by the end of the film. And it's really, really well done. Like overall, like you have to pay for it. I think it's like $20. Thomas, I know it's not out where you are.
Yeah.
But it's $20, but it's well worth the money. It really, really is incredible. Like I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10, just a half point, because there were, I love to be nitpicky about the pacing of films. Atticus knows that for sure. It dragged a tiny bit in the middle. There was definitely a couple of stuff that felt like filler. But other than that, it was near perfect. So yeah, 9.5 out of 10. Highly, highly recommend Minari.
Did you say that it was streaming anywhere, or do I have to rent it?
You would have to rent it. It's $20. I think you can rent it. You can rent it from like Prime or A24 because it's still in theaters right now. So
okay, yeah.
But it's very, very good.